switch over to the stream here. It will hopefully work. I switched over to OBS instead of Streamlabs. It's a little bit less of a CPU footprint.
It appears to be working.
And more importantly, OBS has easy to use push to talk, which I can map to the same push to talk key as my Discord.
Very convenient.
Super convenient. I tried to find out how to do it in Streamlabs, and I started pulling out hair, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm switching. Done. Easy enough. All right. So as a recap, the intrepid crew of the Kraken has journeyed to the far, far north. To a landlocked and not at all pirate-friendly country of ice and snow and cold and wind to help Ragnar both meet with his people for a gathering for a thing, and to claim vengeance for his family that was exiled when he was but a wee lad. Along the way, you encountered a adventurer of some sort named Olaf, who had recruited some other folks to help him steal this horn, the Horn of Hrolf. Yeah, a symbolic treasure of the Asgardian people that had been stolen by the Vanir many years ago. Kind of co-opted you guys into helping him with the promise of a great deal of reward. You managed to steal the horn without anything untoward happening. Ended up getting chased by the Vanir. Encountered some patrols and some giants, and Rory demonstrated his new ability to call forth the weather to aid you in circumventing some of these hazards. And you made your way to this Asgardian village where the thing is happening. There was drinking, there was carousing, there was potential fisticuffs, and as the festivities leading up to the meetings and everything kind of came to a head, Ragnar challenged his family's ancestral enemy to a duel, to a home gang. Defeated his opponent fairly soundly, really.
We kind of cheated.
Yeah.
Did we, though?
Technically, no, but
You didn't cheat.
Technically is the best kind of correct.
You didn't cheat, you just prepared.
right.
Yeah.
With like a kingdom's worth of gold.
And that's perfectly fair and legal in the spirit of the home gang.
Yes, Rory uses alchemical preparations to harden Ragnar's armor, which saved him from a couple of pretty serious blows. But when Ragnar was victorious and his enemy was slain, you guys noticed that some of his blood sort of absorbed into the snow.
I believe, like, right as soon as I killed him, like right before it gave me like the biggest shit-eating grin.
He did.
Like, he knew.
And as it did so, the skies, the perpetual daylight that this far north sees during the summer, the skies darkened, the aurora darkened, and then you heard screams coming from the encampment. Rushed back and found a large group of undead ravaging the place. Pitched battles throughout the village. You guys encountered probably 30 or 40 undead all told, just amongst your small group, with many, many more scattered throughout the tents. But you managed to emerge victorious, with a lot of wondering what's going on, and some people are kind of giving Ragnar the, like they're not blaming him, but they're suspicious of the timing. Probably be the best way to put it. that is where we will pick things up.
Now, gentlemen, Ragdoll, perhaps, or well, Rory, once he's done tying his boot or whatever he's doing. Can someone explain to me, just small words, because I'm not the smartest captain in the whole world. I'm more of a sailor than a scholar. But could someone please perhaps explain to me what the hell is going on?
Right away, Ragnar is like maybe one of like the skeletons like laying in the on the ground. He's gonna like, as he's stomping a skull, he's gonna be like, "That asshole tarnished my victory."
So it's a no from Ragnar. Claudius, do you have any clue on what's happening here? Because I'm mostly confused and a little bit vexed.
The dead things are definitely trying to hurt the party vibe.
Now, why would something? I just don't understand the connection between this man dying and all these undead showing up. Do you make some pact with something bad or something? Is that how that works?
Must have.
Ooh, yeah, sounds logical. Yeah.
Should we expect more of these things, or
There still screams coming from around the village, or has it died down?
It's dying down. There's like the clanging of swords, but you can tell. You and Clytius are experienced enough. You can tell it's like the last dying embers of the battle.
I say we grab a drink and wait for things to pass over.
Ragnar's not in. He's not going to like say no, but he's just going to go see if he can help however many of his people that he can.
right, all right? Let's clean this up and we'll go from there. Chris,
like,
if I can pick up a longbow and some arrows, since I can't really use my spear, we figured that out during the week.
Yeah, there are some kicking around.
Okay.
I'll also tell Berkey to grab a longbow. It's probably an upgrade to his hunting bow.
He's already grabbed one.
Excellent, good man. Because I remember he said something about that in the past.
So yes, as you guys make your way kind of further into the camp, it's you can tell like the Asgardians they're a very kind of stoic people, but they're so used to it being light this time of year that you do see not necessarily fear, but something that's just kind of approaching fear. Like they're a little bit wary, like they're forming into groups. Like a couple of people's shields, almost like a shield wall, but a couple of the shields are replaced by torches, so the entire group can see, sort of thing. And as you make your way like deeper into the camp, the battle is kind of finishing off, and you do see your companions, Halkatla and Bali, kind of like side by side, finishing off. She puts her sword through the head of a ghoul, and he bashes the skeleton with his shield, sort of thing. She kind of looks over and says like, well, at least we're still alive. And she looks around, and there are like a bunch of dead Asgardians.
Ragnar, my understanding is that you own a bunch of or are in charge of a bunch of people now. Is that how that works?
I need to talk with whoever's in charge here. I need to see if my claim still has merit, or whether I'm about to be exiled right here. Again, I need to clear our names.
Halkatla will kind of motion with her sword. She's like, Leadolf is over that way. As she points, you can see like there's this large figure just like finishing cleaving off a pack of skeletons with a great axe. And in the like the flickering firelight, he looks very large, very muscular, and kind of furry.
Oh.
And then as he like dispatches the last of the skeletons, his form seems to shrink ever so slightly.
Hmm. I'm going to actually like say to Helcatla and what was the other one's name?
Bali.
Ali. I'll say like you've been traveling with us for a while. I think you could probably also help clear our names here a bit. You've seen how we do things. This is not up our alley.
Certainly.
Chris,
Yep.
as we've been traveling through the camp, can I have used Ransack to acquire a small keg of mead or something along the way?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Excellent. Don't worry, Captain. I rescued the meat.
Well, good. Hopefully, Rory can put it to good use to deal with all this trauma that we're dealing with. But Ragnar, should you go talk to the king or whoever's in charge, or should you gather up your men first and put them in place? And again, I'm not sure how this works.
Currently Ragnar has like his entourage and you guys and now Hakatla and Bali. And I don't know if Ortho stuck around with us or if he's just elsewhere, but if he's around, he's around.
He's around someplace.
Imagine if something happens, he could probably say something. I don't know. But this is like who we have right here, right now. This is like the people who I currently actually trust. Because at the moment, with this attack and with him with Folkmar being somehow involved, I don't trust any one of those people until we get to the bottom of this.
Right. Then I guess the next question, then, Ragnar, is would you like me to present your case or would you like to go speak to the man yourself?
I think it would be best if I present my own case, but I would like all of you to be there you are my captain.
All right. Well, it shows yours, I suppose. Try not to get yourself dead.
I know I know our customs probably better than anybody here besides Helkatla and Bali.
I'll get some cups ready.
Please. And then I'm gonna head over to try to start a discourse with what was his name?
Leodolf.
Adolf? Yeah, with him.
Hey.
Just
Give me a difficulty 1 society.
well, I'm good at those. I'm not good at those.
Yeah, no, we don't want Carol to make introductions at all.
I'd like to just straight up. I don't even want to risk this because I'm not good at these. I'm going to spend a fortune.
Take
Probably a
take
good
some
idea.
booze with you. It'll help.
Yeah, and I will. I'll bring alcohol with me.
Who all is going over with Ragnar when he talks to Leodolf?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. So all the rest of you get to make those society rolls as well.
Right.
Oh, well, would you guys just like to assist me? Because it'll make life a lot easier.
Absolutely.
If we're all assisting Caro, can I have that fortune back?
Sure.
Cool.
Chris, I have a talent that I'm not penalized by different cultures.
Still, it's difficulty 1, and then you're going to need to generate at least 3 momentum to basically cover everybody.
He's a momentum machine.
We don't have any momentum.
Right. So overall, the test is going to want to get like at least 4 successes.
Well, Captain, I nailed it. 8 out of 8.
Well, let's start this off interesting. Chris, I'm going to give you 3 doom,
Okay.
and that'll be a fortune.
Oh boy. You have to give me a minute. The pagey stuff is still trying to load up.
No worries.
I mean, we rarely give you doom, so we might as well play with it once in a while.
Yeah, I got my new monitor up and running.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so more real estate. It's 24 inches, so.
You get to a certain age, having I would rather have 1 big monitor than 2 smaller monitors.
Oh,
I'd
absolutely.
rather have 3 little ones. I'd like to get a third.
It's easier to see with my eyeballs.
Exactly. There's very little I do that I need multiple monitors, but having 1 big one, it's like, oh, thank God.
Am I trying to? Not really. I don't think any of these talents work. Okay, so 3 for me. 2 momentum for me. 3 momentum with Claudius.
Essentially, what this is chieftains have an ability called Hearth and Hall, which means anybody who enters into conversation with them or enters into their hall has to make the society test, or they cause offense. If offensive cause, it makes all of your command, persuade, and any other interaction 2 steps harder.
Alrighty, how about Rory and Ragnar?
I can roll for Rory while Jeff gets up and running here.
Yeah, thanks.
Four momentum.
Hey, we're knocking it out.
Chris, mine's being really slow. Could you get mine for me real quick?
Yep.
It's like my whole browser is being real slow at the moment.
Well,
Oh, wow.
mine decided that since I put a new monitor in, it was going to take all the time in the world to download all the fucking Windows updates it needed to, and now it's trying to update freaking my Mozilla. It's like, God, stop it.
All right. You guys, like, everybody succeeded on this.
Yeah, it looks like 5 momentum. Cost us what, 3 to get everybody, or 4
Yep.
to get everybody?
So you got 2 momentum left.
That's the fun thing about still using Windows 7. Windows doesn't want to update anymore. Never.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, my computer keeps saying like, you can't run Windows on 11, and I'm like, really? I just finished playing like, Jedi Knight Fallen Order, which I'm pretty sure is more graphic intensive than your Windows thing is, but whatever.
I don't mind the 10. It's just that I so rarely turn it off that when it does get shut off, it's all like, I can update everything now.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I know that feeling.
Chris, Resolve and Vigor, does that come back after the encounter?
Yes. Right. So yes, so this very large, he's older. He's probably in like his early 60s, but still very like quite imposing figure. Who's wielding a great axe to with no difficulty at all. It turns not from around here, but certainly appreciate the help. And then he sees Ragnar and everything's like, well, some of you aren't from around here. Welcome home.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like that warm of a welcome now. Not, well, from you it does, but from, he points around him.
Well, people see ill tidings, but so why would they be giving you this unwelcome?
Well, I've been getting a lot of, it just seems ill-timed.
He kind of like looks up at this guy. The arrival of strangers from outside of Asgard and the darkening of the skies are going to cause some discontent.
I believe Folkmar was behind this.
You see, kind of like walking up behind him, you see Idra, the runcaster. You guys had met her earlier. I think some of you got some.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was not his doing. I don't believe. I think he was. I believe he may have been the cause of it, but not.
All I know is he knew.
That is concerning. Come with me. And as she beckons the chieftain, who, as far as you can tell, he's not just a chieftain. He's a very well respected chieftain and probably chieftain of this semi permanent village.
Hmm.
And she gestures to him just like he's just one of the guys, sort of thing. She does not seem to stand a great deal on ceremony.
Yo, minion over here.
Is she leading us away, Chris?
She's just leading you a ways, a little way towards her tent.
Is the chieftain coming with us?
Yes, he is.
Cool. As we're walking away, I'm just gonna take the second mug of mead that I was holding, and I'm just gonna offer it to him. Killing dead things is thirsty work.
He'll take it, kind of like, downs it in like a couple of like very big gulps. Like, killing most things is thirsty work. I appreciate that. Thank you. And then he kind of like slaps you on the shoulder and almost drives Clytius to his knees.
Yeah, Clytius is not a big dude. I mean, he's tough, but he's wiry.
Yeah.
Strong as an ox, but
Yeah, you have the feeling that he's probably a fair bit stronger than you or Ragnar, just from that, like, and it's the sort of thing like he doesn't do it on purpose. You get the feeling he probably just doesn't recognize his own strength.
Clytius is not offended at all.
And then he'll kind of like he'll hold out the tankard and say like, fill it up.
Right. I'll run back and get some more.
well, when you get back, Claudius, can you maybe explain to me what everyone's fucking saying around here? Because no, all right, no, you just fetch the ad. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll give you the cliff notes, Captain.
Aye, Captain, I'm the one that can translate for you.
Oh well, that would be lovely.
Aye, I'm the other one that speaks Nordheimer.
So yeah, there
I will,
is
I will translate in Argosian.
perfect. There is some discussion back and forth, and you see like as you enter into Idra's tent, kind of the smell of the incense and various things. It's very pungent. Um, kind of held at bay outside by kind of the thickness of the tent walls, but when you step inside, it is warm and it is pungent, and you feel almost lightheaded almost instantly.
Woo, skunkweed!
And she goes over and she, picks up this leather satchel, kind of spreads this cloth out onto a table. And she kind of like, shakes the bag a little and then fills out what looked like just blank stones. And a look of mild panic passes over her face.
Hmm.
Scoops them up, examines them, looks at both sides.
Divining the future, I assume.
Seeing if I could get a sense as to what was happening. But
Are they supposed to be blank like that?
they are not. I carved these when I was much younger.
So that's bad.
That is, yes, you could say that.
That's bad, Captain.
What? Why is it bad?
The rocks are supposed to have pictures on them.
Well, who took her rocks that had pictures on them?
No one
I
took
think
them.
they're the same rocks. I think the same rocks. Yeah.
Yes. He'll look over at the chieftain, and the chieftain will look back at her and kind of nods. He'll look over at your group. We must go. We need to consult with Mimir the Wise. And he has this like sound of resignation in his voice.
At the mention of Mimir, does that like spark a? It's like that name sparks something in me outside of game. Does that spark something in Ragnar?
Ragnar can give me a lore roll.
Awesome.
I think I recently found a horn at his temple, and
That's Ymir. That's the frost god.
oh, okay, that's good because a little bit awkward.
Mimir, if outside of game, like Mimir is usually given to the head, is what he's often referred to, because he's just a head. And outside of lore, like in Norse lore,
Dear Lord, it has no body.
the D1.
Yep.
Oh,
Very nice. You've heard tales. Mimir the Wise. He is a diviner, a wise man, a hermit. That lives by himself. But he is known to be the greatest diviner that the Asgardians have ever produced. You're not sure though, because like, you know, the tales that you were told of him came from like your father, who got them from his father, who got them from his father, who got them from his father.
Yeah, it's it's practically like legend now. Yeah.
It's like generational telephone.
Yeah.
So
Good way of putting it, actually.
so you're not entirely sure if it is a title or if it's a name.
Interesting.
why does everyone look so depressed?
Well, Captain, I believe it's probably has something to do with potentially prophecy, perhaps, or her ruins may not have shown her anything for future, hence is why they're black.
How far away is this? Mimir. Okay.
Several miles from here, along the river.
All right. How many are going?
Idra will say, I should stay here in case my healing skills are necessary.
Okay. I'll start gathering supplies.
What's happening? All right. Well, okay. I'll just follow Claudius. He seems to know what he's doing.
Apparently, we're going on a journey, Captain.
All right.
And Little will kind of take Ragnar aside. Okay. I do not know what this is, but if you can get to the bottom of this, it would work strongly in your favor.
I'm in agreement. I feel like my play for my honor back has been interrupted yet again. I do believe that he did have some knowledge of this.
That is possible and troubling. And he'll reach and he'll take off like one of his golden armbands.
Hmm.
And he'll say, if you should encounter any difficulties with any of our people, this will let them know that you are part of my tribe.
I'm honored.
For now. When you've completed things and are able to take over Falkmar's tribe, then of course you will be on your own.
Of course. I appreciate the confidence in me. Not unnoted.
So the way it works, the armband, if you're interacting with other Asgardians, you can re-roll a d20 on any social interaction.
Ooh. We'll add that to my belongings.
Essentially, because he has such a great deal of respect, you're like, almost serving as almost like a house Carl to him.
Yeah, it's cool.
And Halkata and Bali will start gathering up supplies as well. Oh, the rain is hitting here now.
Yeah, we already had it. Nice and sunny here now.
Yeah, we had it like late last night at Tanya's here.
It's been in or out. It just started thundering again here.
Yeah, we had like sun for about 20 minutes, and then more rain and more thunder.
So yeah, so if the video or game should suddenly crash out, folks will know why.
Yeah, storm.
Yeah, apparently it's monsoon season.
All right, well, let's gather up what we need to make this trip to go talk to whoever we're talking to. Some prophet, you say?
Sounds like
Dinner.
Because, my most favorite people are people that do things that are strange and unusual. It's sarcasm.
And Hakata will, you see her conversing with some of the other warriors and stuff, and she'll come back. There's the river and the mountains, Froya. They say if we follow that, we will follow it to its source, where we will find Mimir.
And let's make haste, I guess.
I don't suppose if there's any horses around or a cart or something.
There is not.
Like we're roughing it, Captain.
Like usual. This is like the complete polar opposite of our trek into the desert.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Just cold, not hot and sandy.
Well, all right, let's get to it.
I prefer the cold to the desert.
Oh, I know. Me as well.
A ship over all this nonsense. But we don't have a ship, so we're going to have to use our feet, I guess.
So yes, you guys set out, and it's you have no idea what time it is. It could be early morning, could be evening. You don't know. It is dark, and a semi. It's a sort of dark where even the stars don't seem to be as bright. You can still see them, but they are definitely, especially to Clytius and Kara, who are kind of used to navigating by the stars. The stars are definitely dimmed.
Do I get any extra boost for my sunstone?
Um, you would be able to still navigate by them, but the sunstone basically lets you see through the clouds and things of that nature, and this is not that. It's enough to let you know that this is unnatural.
Gotcha.
But with the sunstone, you can focus on the stars enough to still be able to kind of navigate by them.
Okay.
Right now, I've said this many times, but I just don't understand why people would want to live here as opposed to living somewhere in the south where there's, water or warmth or.
I think it's more of it's a testament to character. We'll call it that for now.
Well,
We,
we'll
we,
call it a
we haven't
testament. How about that?
we haven't really had the chance to really see the true offers that this place has. We've kind of run into hardship while we've been here. Hopefully, once we have somewhere where we can actually settle down, you might change your mind a bit.
Well, I'll try to keep an open mind.
I'd appreciate it, Captain. I'm not pleased with what I've been able to show you here yet.
I was just thinking it'd be pretty cool to sail a boat up a frozen river.
Yeah.
Maybe on the way back.
Always easier to go downstream. Yeah.
So as you trudge along, um, basically moving a little bit closer to the mountains, to the kind of the sheltered foothills. And Ragnar, you're aware that where you're here, you should be like somewhat protected from the worst of the weather and like the gales and the blizzards and that sort of stuff. Um, but you hear this howling of the wind as it, kind of like higher up the mountains, as it kind of whips across, and it's vaguely eerie feeling.
Yeah. Is it kind of like a it's like everything about what is going on right now is just wrong.
Yes, like you can feel it in your bones. All of you can feel that there is something distinctly not right.
Hmm.
Is it something sorcerous?
Give me an insight roll.
Okay.
Yes, there's definitely something. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there is not just unnaturalness, but sorcerous about the like everything basically. It seems like the darkness, the wind, the land, everything is just kind of permeated.
Lovely.
And as you turn in the basically at the kind of distance of your torchlight. Kind of blink for a second. You see what looks like a small child kind of sitting on the far side of this little like hill that you crest. Dressed only in like breeches and a tunic. Definitely nothing for the weather.
Rory.
Hi, Captain.
That doesn't seem quite right to me.
Oh no, it does not seem right to me either. This whole area is permeated with sorcery.
It's like, one thing like for everyone else, it's like anybody who just looks at Ragnar will see like seeing what he's seen so far just in the last 24 hours. He is in extreme pain. Like, it hurts him to see this. Like, all of this.
Now, Ragnar, don't worry. We've dealt with things worse than this before. I mean, it's not the first time that we've seen the end of the world. All that nonsense. But first,
Yeah.
perhaps we need to speak to this child thing. Is that a Mimir or is that some kind of crazy creature that's going to eat all of our faces?
Could be a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Looks like a witch to me, Captain.
Well, if someone would like to go find out, I'd really appreciate that.
Now we can see if she floats like a duck.
Or maybe we should say hello. Maybe, all right. I mean, I could, but I doubt she could understand me.
Well, you are our most charismatic leader.
Right. All right, Claudius. If this thing's going to attack me, can you make sure that I don't get dead?
Sure, Captain.
It's very inspiring. Little one, are you all right?
As you call out, he kind of stands, and he kind of walks close. It's like, I am fine, but you appear to be lost. He looks like
Nope.
like a typical Azer child. He's got like the blonde hair. You notice he's got like runic tattoos on his arms. Looks like he's probably like 12 or so.
What language does he speak?
He is speaking in would be Argosian.
Well, lost is a yeah. Well, I guess that's apt. We're looking for what, an oracle? Is that the right term?
Mimir, Captain.
Mimrir. Yeah.
Oh, Master Mimir. Yes, he lives at the source of the river. But he is not currently receiving guests. Perhaps I can help you. I am his apprentice. You require love potions, charms against disease.
Well, neither really. It seems there's some sort of shenanigans going on, and we're looking for the source.
Oh, I see. So like a hunting blessing.
No, none of that. No. Really, we should speak to your master if that's at all possible.
Undead and missing runes on the casting stones. And general sky fuckery.
Right, the sky fucker. It's hard to miss that one. As I said, shenanigans. Seems maybe perhaps a bit above your pay grade.
I see. Well, if you follow the river to my master's home, he is not currently accepting visitors, but if you make your way there, I'm certain he will speak with you.
Well, perhaps you should lead us or show us the way. And if there's a proper tribute to give to your master, we'd be willing to, well, if it's within our means, to pay a toll, as they say.
I regret I cannot, but if you follow the river, I can offer you some assistance.
What would that entail?
And he holds out to you a small piece of polished amber, probably about maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches across, and probably about 1/4 of an inch thick.
Rory, you want to take a look at that thing?
I So, what do I think it is?
It is a piece of amber, finely cut, polished, translucent. Doesn't seem to have any special properties or anything. It looks like almost like a smaller version of Ragnar's sunstone, or not Ragnar, Clytius' sunstone.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, Captain, it's not inherently magical. It's a nice piece of amber, but it seems to have qualities similar to Clytius' sunstone.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for your assistance. And you think if we made it up the river, we'd be seen by this Mimria?
I am certain that if you are to reach him, he will speak with you.
Now, I'm just going to throw this question out because you've implied a couple times that there's a big if we make it up the river. Is there something we need to be aware of?
My master does not appreciate visitors.
Well, we mean him no harm. Is there a way you can perhaps pass that message along so he's gentle as we make our approach?
No, his guardians and protectors, if they stop you, they stop you. They will have served their purpose.
I don't suppose you'll give us any insight into what we might face.
Alas, I cannot.
Well, I'm sure you could. You're just choosing not to.
It is not my place to say. It is my place to meet potential visitors and perhaps persuade them that I can be of assistance instead of bothering the master.
All right. Why don't you hit us with the assistance? What do you got?
And he'll nod over towards the piece of amber. Like, unless you wish love potions or charms.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about like a dark prophecy in this area?
I do not know.
How's everything gonna be prophecy with you, Rory?
It's weird. It just kind of seems like.
I mean, if it ends up there, sure. But I mean, let's not start there.
Well, it's just a reaction to the trying to divine the future from, I insert her name now because I don't remember.
Idra.
Indra, and that seemed very foreboding.
I mean, a lot of people believe in that kind of stuff.
I think the most important thing here that we all need to understand is that we're attempting to stop whatever shenanigans are going on, because apparently, according to my friend Rory here, there's all kinds of sorcery going on, and the dead are rising out of the ground, and well, that's bad.
Yep,
Perf-
sure is.
Preferably, we can find a source of this, squash it. My friend Ragnar here could take over his family tribe as he is entitled to after his little duel, or what'd you call that thing, Ragnar? Home gang or something? One of your strange words, but
A home gang, Captain.
right. And then we can collectively maybe go find some water and a ship.
I think that'd be great. Um, I think the part you're missing, Captain, is the way people like to do things around here is you not only have to be willing to do the right thing, but you have to be worthy of doing it. It just seems to make everything more complicated to me, but I mean, whatever.
Does sound like an extra step, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
It's very inefficient. But if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Ragnar, of course, we respect the customs of your people, and we will do what we can to make things right for you and yours in this particular land. But I just want the young child here to know, if he happens to be speaking to his master before we are, that our quest is an honorable one and one to potentially, hopefully, help this particular area. If that makes any sense.
I think he's got the gist of it.
Perfect. Now, Claudius, you got your stone. There's a little piece of amber there. You think you can use those to follow a river upstream? Sure, what we need.
I'll give it a try, Captain.
So as you start to make your way, kind of glance back momentarily, and the child is no longer there.
Well, that's surprising.
But it doesn't take you long to find the river. The river is quite fast flowing. It comes down from the mountains. It's one of those rivers that just looks frigidly cold.
Oh, it's not a frozen river. I thought it was a frozen river.
It is not. It is.
Oh, fun.
It is fast flowing and icy cold.
Well, let's not fall into that, shall we?
Rory, with your knowledge of alchemy, it would be safe to assume that because of the rapid moving of the river and whatever minerals it is picking up from the mountains, it's probably below the freezing point, but incapable of freezing.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's make some champagne.
There you go.
As we travel along, Chris, I'm going to alternate between using the sunstone and the amber to try and navigate as we go along.
Okay.
Keep us on course.
Yep. Yeah, the amber seems to have very similar properties. It doesn't reveal anything extra that the sunstone doesn't, but it does seem to function in the same way.
Keep checking, just in case. You never know.
You never know. So the river kind of winds its way through a stony canyon, and you can hear the thunder of a waterfall.
Ooh.
As you're making your way through this canyon, and you see, you can see the waterfall kind of like glistening in the faint starlight, and kind of above you, like you're going through a canyon. Just above you, probably about the very tip of your firelight, you see a tree. Occasionally trees will grow at an angle out of a cliff wall.
Yeah.
See a tree kind of growing out of the cliff wall, probably about like 30-40 feet above you, as you're making your way through this canyon. And Clytius, you can see something hanging from the tree.
There's something hanging from that there tree there.
Hopefully, it's only low-hanging fruit.
Might be.
Well, what do you suppose that might be?
Can't quite see it from here.
You can give me an observation check.
Oh, maybe I can.
Difficulty is 2.
Okay.
Don't you have a spyglass?
Not technically, I don't think.
I think somebody grabbed it from Tebian.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I thought Clytius had it because he's the one making the observation checks, usually for distance.
It would make sense for Clytius to have it.
Absolutely.
In that
If
case,
that's the case, I will write it down.
Yep. So it'd be difficulty 1.
Yeah, I think that thing was fairly expensive too.
It was too. It's like 10 gold or something.
Gross. Yeah.
I'll spend 1 momentum. And all of that succeeds.
All right. So you get 2 momentum. So if you have any questions. So as you look out, like I said, the tree kind of juts out from the cliff at a weird angle, and then hanging from it is what looks like a tangle of thread and feathers and leather strips. Like definitely something constructed as opposed to like a weird bird's nest or a fruit or something.
Feathers and threads and leather strips?
Yep.
I wonder if it's a talisman of some kind.
Something like that, I think.
Well, maybe pass the spyglass over to Rory.
Yeah, have a look. It's right there. I will point and guide Rory's eye.
Okay. Rory can give me a lore check.
Okay.
Rain seems to have died down here for a minute there. It was like so loud I could barely hear you guys talking. I have headset on.
Yeah, we could hear it in your mic.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I was literally going sideways here at one point.
All right, Rory, you have to think about it for a second. Just because it looks so out of place.
Mhm.
But that is a Pictish talisman.
Oh, fuck.
And you do have momentum in case you have any further questions.
Can he use my 1 free one for observation?
No.
Okay.
Well, all right. So we'll spend a momentum to ask, what does this Pictish talisman do?
That is the ghost trap. It's a talisman that that Pictish shamans use to trap spirits.
Oh. So it's kind of more like a guardian sort of thing.
Could be.
All right. We'll spend 1 more momentum and I'll ask, what does it do with the trapped spirits?
It binds them to the will of the shaman.
Oh, that's probably not good.
Gotcha. Okay.
So in a way, you are correct. It is protective in that if a spirit comes by, it traps it. But then they are bound to the sorcerer's will.
Then they can be used to properly defend them.
Yep.
All right, lads. We need to be really careful here. That thing up on the tree up there, that's a Pictish spirit trap. Now, normally you'd think that it just traps the spirits, which it does. It does. But in the trapping, it also then binds the spirit to the creator of the trap. So, which I suspect is probably the lad we're looking for, and there could be a hostile spirit up in the air that may descend on us.
Did you say picked?
I did. It's Pictish in its origin.
Yep, Deb Dirty Picks. Yeah.
We're a very long way from where the Picts usually hang out. It's much warmer there.
Aye, but it's also the realm of possibilities that the lore master, wizard, whatever the hell he is, crafted it himself. He may be very knowledgeable.
Well, I suppose the next question is would that thing would try to capture our spirits, or is this just spirits that are out floating around?
Oh no, but we're not supernatural creatures, so I don't think we have much to worry about the trap itself. However, what's currently in the trap and will be at the bidding of the master is what we need to worry about.
Right. Keep your spirit in your body.
Well, more importantly, just keep your eyes peeled for anything that might be coming our way, because this would be a spot where it'll probably happen.
Right.
So should we destroy the thing and deal with the spirits inside, or should we just hope that whoever's in charge doesn't let it go?
Laura, you do not want to be destroying it. Oh, that's the new. Leave it as is, and if we have pure intention, then perhaps he won't unleash a spirit on us, or it may just have its orders that if anyone comes up this pass to jump on it. It's hard to say.
All right. So your advice is that we just keep walking and hope we don't die.
Aye, 'tis.
That's what we
Best
were doing.
advice I've heard all day.
But
All right.
more importantly, keep your wits about you, keep your eyes open, and hopefully we'll be fine.
All right. Maybe I'll knock an arrow just in case.
Aye,
See if you can get us by this thing without getting eaten. But
we'll see. Although, and I may present to you, it's also possible that the controller can see through the eyes of the spirit in the trap. So I would say be ready, but don't necessarily look militant.
Rory, I'm 5'7" and I weigh about 130 pounds. I'm sure I don't look too militant.
No, Captain, but if you brandish a bow and arrow, then you do look hostile.
Well, you're the
Seems
expert.
fair.
Whatever you think is best.
If something does attack us, I'm sure that you can grab your bow and knock an arrow, or you can talk it to death.
Well, hopefully. That does make things a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Well, fingers crossed.
Well, to be honest with you, Captain, I mean, your glorious tongue probably actually has more of an effect on some of the spirits than probably the weaponry does, because some of them don't have bodies to hit.
Well, if we're lucky, we don't have to test that theory. Most of the dead things that we've run into just ignore when I yell at them.
Right, but they're usually the undead and have no language capacity, but an incorporeal spirit, on the other hand, might.
I wasn't aware there was much of a difference, but I mean, I'll try my best. You just tell me if I need to yell at something, and I'll try that. And
All right, Captain, that sounds good.
Otherwise, I will just try to keep my distance and let you smarter and stronger folk figure out the problem.
Aye. Well, you just do what you do. Hang out with Clatius, because he'll protect you.
All right, Claudius. See if you can find us a way up this hill.
Right. So as start making your way, following the river, and you get to the part where the waterfall, and then there's like the little pool with the waterfall in, and the sound is just absolutely deafening. And this spray is frigidly cold.
Aye, but it's pretty.
It is very, very pretty, especially in the limited starlight and your torchlight. And Clytius, since you're the one with the best observation, you can see that there is a set of steps carved into the cliff face beside the waterfall.
Well, the nice thing about the weather is I think my car's pretty clean.
That's very true.
Especially here, it gets covered in pollen.
Uh,
You say there's glyphs on the cliff?
no, stairs. Like stairs carved into the side of the cliff by the waterfall.
Aye, it's like an invitation to come visit.
Tell you one thing, I don't want to be this close to the water by any stretch of imagination.
Well, there's only one skeleton in the water.
Caro is very, very fragile. I mean, I know it's base, so it doesn't matter, but it makes me feel better.
We gotta get to the other side, and there's a staircase
There is a staircase.
on the other side of the river.
Yep, it's basically it's like the kind of the pond that forms at the bottom of a whirlpool, or not a whirlpool, a waterfall.
Oh, okay.
So if you imagine like the waterfall is slightly off the map in this direction.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and then they follow the shore, and then there are steps carved into the
Right.
cliff face.
So, fuckity burr.
Only if you fall in.
Well, we have to cross the river somewhere.
And as Clytius starts to approach,
Yeah, just reconnoitering the distances and everything.
so the in the kind of the center of the pond, you notice that the water begins to kind of like boil and churn, and you see this very, very lovely woman made out of flowing water and ice kind of float up to the top of the, like, just slightly above the water.
How you doing?
And I need you to give me a difficulty 2 discipline test.
Everybody? Or
Excellent.
Just Clytius right this second.
Oh. Yeah, I like that. Just right this second.
Difficulty 1 or 2?
Difficulty 2.
Ooh, fun. I am gonna spend the fortune early and see how that goes. I don't want to be sucked in by the watery tower just yet. I'll re-roll the 16.
It's a solid fortune.
Yeah, there we go.
So yes, as she forms, and she is like very translucent. She is literally made of nothing but water and ice. And you
Something you don't see every day.
and she is like jaw-droppingly beautiful. And you feel this urge to just like take a couple of steps towards her. And then you're kind of like, no, that would be a bad idea. No. And you manage to kind of clamp down on it. But there was a moment there where you're like, oh, water doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Fortunately, I can feel my nuts shriveling from here.
Here's the heavy rain.
Yeah, plenty of sun here.
Oh, it's coming back around. Don't you worry.
Going in cycles. So yeah, she just kind of floats there, and she just kind of looks at Clytius and kind of like holds out a beckoning finger almost. And you guys see him almost take the step before he gets a hold of himself. And then she will turn her attention to somebody else.
Oh, look away from the watery tart.
But in terms of initiative, what would you guys like to do?
I suppose we're up first.
You are.
I wonder if it's something you can avoid by looking away.
Looking away is very, very difficult for Cairo. But
This is one of those occasions I'm gonna wish I had a ranged weapon.
Possibly.
I'm going to do a very Caro thing, which is probably dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, he's gonna try and talk it to death.
He's going to steely glare it.
He's
Start muttering things about not having time for witches or water witches or whatever the hell this thing is.
Does she have a sword? Maybe she'll make you king.
He does not have a sword.
No
worth-
government, yeah.
But she
Worth trying.
She will spend some doom to end.
I can use command for steely glare. Bonus d20s is 3. For all successes, no need to reroll. Oh wow, she's good.
Not a complication because she actually does afford it.
You spending to break the tie?
I am.
Good. And for minor action, I'm moving away from the water.
I will spend doom to break the initiative. No, I won't. My doom pool took a hit off of that, so I will stay where I am.
Sure did. I'll take that as a win.
But you guys are up.
I am gonna pick up one of these rocks and chuck it at a watery tart.
Difficulty would be 2.
I guess it's just ranged.
Yep.
You're putting a zone at the water, I assume, Chrissy.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think I'll succeed, but worth a shot. Nope.
So you throw this rock at her and it falls into the water. That will leave us with Clytius and Rory. Ragnar and
Ragnar.
Rory.
Ugh. Well, sure, it probably doesn't burn, so I'm going to go just head over and keep the captain company.
Hmm.
Depends on how close we are to the Great Lakes, really.
Yeah. I think Ragnar is just going to go. All right, shield wall.
And Helkata and Bally will join in with you, basically become part of your group.
Excellent.
Because I don't think your group is full yet.
I think I still have 4.
Oh, is it? I thought you'd
I
lost
don't-
one.
I don't think I lost one last time. I don't remember losing anybody.
Yeah.
I might have. I personally don't remember. So
Alright, well they will shield wall themselves. And she... minor action to move.
But of course,
I will defend, depending on the attack. Well, regardless of the attack, I'll defend.
She will spend a doom. So as she charges, she changes and becomes the most beautiful woman that Caro has ever seen.
Oh.
He does have a weakness for beautiful women.
She's got a fickle heart, Captain.
this one will be more deadly than Zabibi.
Only one.
What's the
Speedy little
attack?
wench,
Was
too.
it physical or?
It's physical.
Oh God, we got a parry. Parry's free because of the shield. What's my parry? My parry is garbage. She only got 1 though.
You only got 1.
I'm gonna spend a fortune. Good thing I did.
Ooh.
Plus, she had to spend to break the tie.
But yeah, she is right up there in your face.
So she looks solid now.
She does not look even remotely solid.
Oh.
Sure. Back around to you guys.
I Cotton, hit her again. She came right at you because you can damage.
Listen, Witch, I've had about enough of you. It's about time for you to scurry off. And I'll try heed my words. Bonus 3. There's no need to do anything else. Reroll the 18.
She won't defend.
Do damage. Do I need to do any momentum spends on this? I guess I could roll first anyway, can't I? Ooh, I'll spend 1 to reroll the blanks. Because that's a lot of blanks. There we go. 8 piercing, 2, 4, 6, 8. Area stun.
She is not stunned.
Still 8 solid.
But she does kind of like reel back in pain. And then I will spend Doom to break the initiative. And as she reels back in pain, she looks at you, and then you see like her facade, her beautiful facade, drops away. And I need everybody to give me a difficulty 3 discipline test as her horrific nature is made manifest.
3. Wow.
Yep.
Sounds like there's going to be some fortune spent.
You guys spending fortune, you spending momentum.
Well, I guess it does depend on who's good with the discipline skill.
I'm meh with discipline.
I'll spend a momentum. I think.
I think I might need to spend 1 and 1.
Yeah, I'll wait to see how much momentum's left at the end. I'll roll mine last because I have the option to convert momentum to fortune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar succeeds.
Whew.
Yeah, I'll spend 1 and 1 too.
Baptiste succeeds and generates a momentum.
There you go, Captain.
All right, so my turn. I'm going to do the 1 and 1.
It's a solid move, I think.
Pretty much. I have rerolls too, so.
Yeah, I give you guys cover, but I can't give myself cover, which is the problem.
I mean, I could reroll that 12, but
Oh, nicely done,
I
Ryan.
don't know if I trust it.
Welcome.
I'll spend 1 and 1, but the fortune's going to be coming out of momentum. So that'll be net 4, yeah.
All right.
Good job. We knew you were an ugly ass bitch, anyways.
All right. So the good news is you guys all avoided the fear 3, but she also, on top of the fear 3, gets to make a threatened action.
I wonder who the target is.
That's 100% Caro.
Yeah, I'm sure. Kill the wizard, right?
Don't you feel the love?
Kara gets attacked a lot, actually. That's not a complaint. That's just an observation.
Oh, goddamn.
His threats are so strong that it makes sense.
So that is a failure with the 20 and a 14.
Yeah, and a nice complication.
So her complication will be like just for a split second, she solidifies as she reverts to her horrific form.
Pile on!
Claudius, go. Rora,
All
light her up.
Is it our turn?
Yep, she broke the initiative, so
Sweet.
So the rest of us
Oh,
can.
you go first, Claudius.
Got it.
Box her in.
Slices
Gonna
it. Juliet.
ask her some questions.
After we've already got the worst of the thunder, it feels. I just now get the severe thunderstorm warning.
Nice.
It's like, thanks, man.
There could be more coming.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Always sitting in the eye right now, right?
Well, probably.
Clytius, that is a hit.
Okay. 2 momentum. Oh goodness. Reroll. I think only 3 of those. Melee talents. Yep, only 3. Gotta fix that someday.
You can spend a momentum and roll them all, can't you?
Yep.
Sure. In that case, I will spend a momentum and reroll all of the blanks.
Hicks.
That's a lot better. We'll spend 1 more for Blood on Steel. So that'll be 10 points to the left leg.
So as it momentarily solidifies, you brush right up and you bring that axe through her, basically dissipating her form.
Nice.
But you do see as as you like slice into her, and she kind of shatters since she's mainly made out of ice and water. Rather than the pieces of ice falling to the ground, they basically get sucked back to where you saw that skeleton in the lake.
Oh, fuck.
Rinse, wash, repeat.
Well, I assume we have some rope or something. Maybe we could just fish that skeleton out, and then Rory can, I don't know, do whatever Rory does.
Yeah, probably salt the bones and burn them.
Yeah. This is gonna suck.
Oh, and when you guys kind of look over, Bally, the young guy who had been training with Helkatra, you see him. He's like laying on the ground, kind of clutching his chest, not moving and not breathing.
I will try.
Somebody better fix that.
And Rory, when you get over and check him out, he is like his heart has stopped.
Oh, but we might have a treatment for that.
What happened to the young fellow?
Aye, heart stopped. Fear.
He did
See,
not. He did not make his discipline 3 test, so he suffered the effects of the 6 dice of damage with vicious and intense.
Ooh, spicy.
Yep.
Yeah,
CPR time.
my cover for him wouldn't make much of a difference with that roll.
Are we still in combat turns, Chris?
Not currently, no.
All right. I'm gonna go over here, and Clytius is gonna grit his teeth, and he's gonna start stripping down.
Okay. It is cold. It is very cold.
I'm sure as hell not getting my clothes wet.
Oh, we've got the witch. Now we just need to find her kid.
So Clytius is getting ready to jump in. What are the rest of you? Rory is running over to see what he can do for Bally.
Yep.
Well, let's get a fire started. I think Claudius is going to need one.
It'll be a survival roll to start a fire, just because whether you start one or not is super important.
Survival.
Yep.
Difficulty is
Difficulty is only 1. Like there's no like blowing wind or anything currently, and there's enough dead trees around.
Okay. We don't have flint and steel or anything like that, so I'll spend a momentum. Hopefully this will work.
I've got flint and steel. What are you talking about?
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Is that lower difficulty, Chris, or give an extra dice?
I would say it would lower the difficulty
To 0?
to 0, so you don't have to roll.
I will not roll.
Okay.
But I will start a fire.
Okay. What's Ragnar doing?
Um. Ragnar is probably going to get ready to. Actually, I'd say if I see Claudius getting ready to go in the water, I'm gonna get ready to fish him back out when he gets back there, because I know cold water can do nasty shit to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll get my. I'll probably bring Berkey with me, and the rest of my entourage will probably, I don't know, help start to get a fire going. Almost like make yourself useful.
Right. And Rory is administering CPR.
Yeah, I'm going to try to bring him back to life.
Okay.
I have skills. I'm going to use a load from the doctor's bag.
Okay.
That'll, thanks to a little to ease the pain, it'll give me 2 dice instead of 1 extra.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put 1 momentum into it, so that gives me my 5 dice.
Perfect. So when your pop-up pulls up, put like a bonus in the D20 thing, and then the momentum, and it should calculate everything.
Gotcha.
Actually, 2 bonus in the D20s, because one from the healer's kit and one from the Little D's thing.
Yep.
We were just commenting in Tony's game yesterday how nobody ever uses resources.
And you don't. Which is really strange because it's like, here's all the uses for resources we talked about, and no one still used them.
Oh, well, I use mine.
Yep.
Because let's face it, can't make fire bombs without them.
Ooh, nice roll.
Actually, I think I'll re-roll the 17.
Yeah, may as well.
Oh, nice.
Much better.
I mean, you're trained in healing. You know that if you get to him quickly enough, you can probably get him started. And so you reach into your bag and you kind of grab some things that are gonna kind of help stimulate his system.
Adrenaline!
Basically, some roots and stuff that have that effect, and then start doing the chest compressions or the the heroic fantasy equivalent thereof.
Or like the heroin overdose scene in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat on his chest and feed him cocaine. Wake up, motherfucker.
But after a few moments, he will start to come around.
Excellent.
You mean cocaine isn't medicine? I thought it was medicine.
Well, it used to be.
And Claytius, you are stripped down. It is cold.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna need you to give me a difficulty 3 athletics test. Just because you're basically jumping in where the waterfall kind of empties out.
Okay.
Modified by whatever you have to modify swimming. So -1 for born swimmer brings it down to a 2.
Yep.
And then all of your ranks are strong back, obviously.
Excellent.
The nice thing about strong back is it's bonus successes as opposed to bonus momentum.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
I think I'll spend 2 momentum.
Oh wow.
Whew. So 6 becomes 9.
All kinds of extra momentum.
You care nothing about the waterfall.
Well, let's shorten the time it takes to do that. Would be a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. So shorten the time, and I also need you to give me a difficulty 4 resistance. Since this is kind of the same thing, you could spend that overflow momentum you have on this roll.
I will. Yeah, definitely do that.
Okay. So you had 3 over.
I'll spend that 3 momentum and my last fortune. Not to freeze to death.
414, and we're blowing through fortune like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't do that. So yeah, I'll spend 2 momentum in the last fortune. I do have a reroll.
Right? Yep. Hardy
Yep.
gives you a reroll.
Yep.
Lovely.
Oh, it's all butter.
You managed to get in. It is cold. You kind of grab the skeleton, and it's like wrapped in a shawl.
Hmm.
Kind of dragging it behind you. Ragnar and his men give you a hand getting out, because as soon as you come out of the water, like your muscles start to contract. You don't think you'd be able to walk more than a couple of feet.
Gotcha.
Get him to the fire, boys.
Yeah, stoke the fire.
Yeah, I'll scoop all the bones up in the shawl and drag it all back to shore, collapsing in the snow, I imagine.
Yep.
Rub your chest. Your arms will take care of themselves. A little Razal Ghoul like.
But yes, thankfully, with some very very good rolls, you've managed to recover the skeleton and get a little bit of a fire going, so Clytius does not freeze to death.
So, in the meantime, now that I've raised the dead, um, I want to use. I have a talent. Called Avoid Danger. You recognize various environmental risks and know how to mitigate them, so you may substitute your healing skill for survival for the purposes of avoiding hazards. I'd say the river is a hazard,
Oh
but
yes.
somebody must cross this at some point in time, so there must be a place where there's either just next to no water because it's just low, or it's got rocks you can walk on.
Gotcha. Yeah. Why don't you give me a healing roll in this case?
I will absolutely do that.
That's a cool talent.
Yeah, that's what I thought, except I keep forgetting I frickin' well have it.
I never even heard of that one, actually.
I think
It's under healing.
I think it's in the core book.
Yep. I'm gonna
Can't
grab.
heal anybody if you don't survive.
That's right. I'm gonna grab a couple momentum for this too.
And there's like a reverse one that lets you use survival for healing if you're in the wilderness.
I didn't even empty the pool.
Yeah, I believe I have that one too. Or I have. There is definitely a survival thing somewhere.
That's the thing. Like Strongback 3 is huge, and then a really good roll on top of that.
So much momentum.
What difficulty, Chris?
Let's call it difficulty 2, just because of the light.
Fair enough. And I'm gonna take 3 momentum from the pool.
Chris, with one of those sunstones, drop that by what?
No.
So far.
They would actually increase it. So yeah, you do, as you look around, you do find a little bit further down, probably kind of like this way a little bit. There is a series of stones that go across that you, I mean, they're like covered slightly in ice and water, so it's treacherous, but it's
Better
not
than
better than getting soaking wet going across.
if I were to re-roll one of those 17s, would it enhance what I know?
Yeah, at the very least, it would give you some momentum, right? And then you can ask questions.
Yep. So I will re-roll one of those 17. I I
It happens sometimes. You figure your best bet would be to get somebody sure-footed across, and then the less sure-footed people could use ropes.
Yep.
Kind
Sounds like a plan.
kind of like crossing like a rope bridge sort of thing.
Yeah, tie off to the trees and then.
Yeah, we'll wait till our pack mule guy warms up.
For Brave the Water again? Yeah.
So yeah, so after like an hour or so, enough time for everybody to have something to eat, and Clytius gets warmed up and gets his clothes back on, and everybody's ready to go. Bally has most recovered. He's still a little bit tender and sore in the chest area, but
I packed the meat in that bag over there.
He's alive.
Now, Rory,
Uh,
I'm not presuming that you know exactly what's going on here, but uh, uh, this skeleton, what should we do with it? Should we break it into pieces, light it on fire? Should we bury it? Should we?
Well, that's a great question. What does the nature of sorcery tell me about this?
either destroying it or giving it a proper burial will sever the connection to the spirit.
Yeah. So we can do one of two things. You can either destroy it completely, or we can bury it and give it a proper send off.
Well, I would expect that whatever this thing is, this person is probably Nordheimer.
Possibly.
So, Ragnar, can you explain to us how to properly put this particular person to rest? I mean,
Probably burning it in a boat.
Either on a boat or on a pyre.
So I think a pyre would probably give us two things. Like it will destroy it and it will send it off proper. I'm sure someone can say some words in Nordheimer. And I don't really think we can dig into the ground anyways.
well, this individual wasn't part of my crew by any means, but we do have a tradition here that when we put the dead to rest, we do it properly.
Aye, so pyre for Nordheimer tradition would probably be the best way to do it.
Right, let's start gathering some more wood.
All right, let's make that happen, gentlemen.
Bum, bum, bum.
So by the time you gather wood, there's plenty of dead trees around and stuff, and get the pyre going. You guys are starting to feel a little on the tired side. It's been a pretty busy day, and you're guessing that you've been up probably 12, 14 hours maybe at this point.
Well, it seems like a good place to make camp, really.
It's a bit loud, but
I don't know what you're talking about. Repeated adrenaline spikes are great for the soul, aren't they?
Well, I'd like to think that we've taken care of the danger here. We do have a source of fresh water, as cold as it is. and some shelter from with trees and stuff. It's not horrible, and like I said, there's a walk path right over there, so we can just get that after a good sleep.
Sounds good.
It works for me. I'd prefer us to be rested before we try to traverse this particular bit of doom-filled water.
I absolutely agree, and we don't know necessarily what's on the other side, so we know what's over here, so therefore we should stay here.
Until then, we gotta keep that scurvy at bay.
Right, that's what we have limes for.
So you guys bed down for a night, and you realize your sleep schedule's all kinds of screwed up because you went from like perpetual day to perpetual night. So you sleep when you're tired. Anybody keeping watch overnight? I assume you're setting up watches.
Oh yeah, for sure. How many watches do you want?
You're probably going to want to. You do 4 watches of 2 hours each. That gives everybody 6 hours of sleep, which is enough.
Yeah, we're not really in a big hurry either, so 4 watches. That would be what Ragnar and his crew.
I was gonna say I'd probably put one of my men on every watch.
Clytius doesn't mind taking watch.
Well, and we can probably then space it out to do 5 instead, aye? Then everyone get their nice 8.
Yeah, so a PC and one of the NPCs with each group should work.
And I'll take the last one, so I'll have breakfast ready for you lads.
I'll take first watch. I guess got a little drinking to do before I go to sleep.
Aye, might do you well to have a little warmth, huh?
I'll take the second one. Right after Claudius. Just anything he hasn't drank, I can finish it.
Captain takes the mids, which is not really where the captain usually takes, but in this case, it makes sense.
So during the quote unquote night, nothing untoward happens, except during each of the watches, you notice, each of you notice a larger than usual black raven that watches you from the trees.
Hugin or Meenan?
And as soon as you make any sort of acknowledgement of its presence, it flies off.
All right.
Basically, it will like watch and then fly off during Clytius's, and then come back and watch and fly off during Ragnar's, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, Clytius will notice it and be like, "Oh, Nordheim, big fucking birds."
I just nod and wave at it.
But other than that, the night is uneventful.
He's not from here. He doesn't know any fucking different.
I'll put some bird food out. Maybe it wants to eat.
As long as it's not a monkey. That's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely no monkeys.
There are no monkeys in. There's apes, but there's no monkeys in Nordheim.
Well, or more importantly, it doesn't have like 3 eyes or 4 wings or 3 legs.
It does not. It is slightly larger than normal, though.
Blinky, the 3-eyed raven.
A little fun fact. It's like, I don't know if it means the same, it's the same in Conan, but in Norse beliefs, seeing a raven was often a symbol of war, a sign of war.
Makes
I don't know
sense.
if it's the same
They're
in Conan.
carrion feeders.
Yeah. Because, like, especially like with the whole symbolism of Odin having Hugin and Munin, Odin being the Allfather, he was also a god of war. That's it. It's interesting. It's
So yeah, to Ragnar, it would have that sort of meaning. Not necessarily war, but definitely tumultuous times are ahead.
yeah. There's still much conflict, probably on the horizon.
Yeah, I think on the changing of the watch, there's like a 50% chance or something that Clytius might comment to Ragnar, "Big fucking bird you got here."
Yeah. Does Nordheim normally have large fucking birds, or is this just like more of an ominous thing to Ragnar? Besides it being like, oh wow, it's a raven.
Birds themselves this far north are fairly rare. Large birds are unheard of.
If, so when Clydius says that, I'll be like, nope.
No, there's one around.
Uh,
Lost track of it a bit ago, but who's around?
what kind of bird?
Black one.
Oh, that's unsettling. Okay. Then yeah, then you'd probably go about his watch and just be mindful of a big black raven.
So yeah, partway through your watch, you do spot it, but again, as soon as you acknowledge it in any way, it flies off.
I got a feeling somebody's watching me.
Ragnar would probably say like a silent, not necessarily a prayer, but more of like a God's watch over us.
So yeah, so everybody gets up in the morning. Rory has breakfast going. Bally seems like he is mostly recovered. It is still dark and cold. It is overcast with a light freezing rain. So what would you guys like to do?
Um, shall we work on getting out of here?
Actually, I see Don and Tony went on bio, so that seems like a good plan. We'll take a 5-10 minute bio break.
Excellent.
So we will be back in a few moments.
Oh, your co-hosts seem friendlier.
Alrighty. So, you guys have gotten up. You guys have gotten some food. People are warm, dressed.
Ooh, constitutional.
Yep. So, what would you like to do?
So we've buried the body or burned the body
Yes.
Mhm.
Excellent.
right now. So Clytius, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we get some rope, we tie it to that tree, and then somehow you figure out a way to get across this little ice-covered path of rocks to the other side.
Yeah. Halfway through your explanation, Clytius starts pulling out his rope.
There we go.
Right. So you can tie off the rope easily enough. Tie it off there. Then you look at the rocks going across this rapidly flowing river and go like, those things that looks very slippery.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Clytius is less of a thinking about it sort, and more of a doing it sort.
All right. So it is a difficulty 3 acrobatics.
Thoughts and prayers, Claudius. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers.
Just to bring back that conversation that we had offline.
Yeah.
Mhm. Was it
I think
difficulty 2, Chris, or difficulty 1?
Difficulty 3.
I think
3. Oh, good 3.
I think you prefer momentum, actually.
Yeah, I think I'll take the momentum in the pool, and we'll see how it goes.
It is all yours.
Just get us across.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
All right. So yeah, it is slick and it is treacherous. And you take your time getting across. It takes you. I mean, it's only like about 15 feet across, but it takes you a good probably 5 minutes to kind of carefully pick your way across.
Mm-hmm.
But
A
you
bit of a spider monkey.
but you do manage to cross it without falling into the river.
Oh, is this an obstacle, hindrance, or hazard?
It would be, yes.
In that case, there's one more momentum because of message runner.
Oh, excellent. So yes, you pick your way across, and you're like, okay,
Yeah,
tie the rope
less
off.
less thinking, more doing.
It's great. He broke the ice.
Well, now that it's all tied off, it might be a little bit easier for us to get across, I suppose.
Yes, it would be difficulty 1 acrobatics for the rest.
Okay.
If all
Oof.
it fails, hang on to the rope.
Difficulty 1. Okay, Chris, I'm going to give you 3 doom.
And I'm gonna wait at the other end, Chris, just to pull the rope taut if anybody does fall in.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, complication, but I succeeded. So you got your doom, put my fortune bag.
So you do manage to make it across, but you almost slip partway through. Manage to catch yourself, but as you do, the arrows for your longbow tumble into the river.
How many loads? I took 3. I didn't know how many you wanted me to take.
So you're down to 2 loads.
Okay. I will delete that. Go on.
Golly, pulling his weight after nearly dying.
Nice.
He's going, not again.
Interesting thing about Conan is that a river is more scary than like 30 enemies.
Seems to be. I'm gonna use some momentum because they suck.
You can't kill the river.
I'll take 2. That way, those one left over.
Unless your name is Gloria.
Yeah, I put 1 back.
Good job.
I'm just gonna use a momentum. It's acrobatics, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
One is all you needed. Okay. He actually has movement field of expertise. That's not a complication. So you guys successfully ford the river.
Nice.
Yay!
There's lots of trees on this side.
There is, and it looks like there's trees that kind of lead up, and then you see some sporadically growing out of the side of the cliff where the stairs are cut in.
Hmm.
Um,
Anything hanging from them?
there is another one of those ghost traps.
Well, we'll see.
But picking your way up the stairs, the stairs are slick, but they are well crafted. So there's a couple places where you might have to kind of like use your hands and your feet at the same time, but there's no real danger slipping and falling into the waterfall.
Oh, Rory, did you take a look at the last ghost trap? I didn't think we'd come to it, but
We have. We went by it.
oh, we
didn't
did.
Yep, you passed it. It was kind of like sticking out from a cliff, like the side of the cliff overhead of you as you entered into this canyon.
Okay.
And then there's another one hanging from one of the trees growing out of the cliff face here near the waterfall.
So far, so good.
Well, I'm sure there'll be more shenanigans. Just keep our eyes open.
Well, it may also be simply observation. The master of the spirit that's in the trap could just be using the spirit as a lookout.
But entirely possible.
I also suspect the raven was probably his too.
Yeah. I'll get the amber out and just see if that shows me anything else.
So as you make your way up the stairs, at the top of the top of the waterfall, it leads into a small forest, small tree covered forest. There are several of these ghost traps hanging from various trees, probably no more than a dozen. And as you continue to pick your way through the forest, I will get everyone to give me an observation.
Oh, good. At least someone's aware of something.
Ooh.
Yeah, I re-rolled myself into a complication.
You stabbed yourself in the eye.
A little greedy there.
Always.
I
Well,
will
most of the time.
I will take some doom for that particular complication.
Okay.
But as you guys start to make your way through through this forest, and you see these ghost traps strung from trees here and there, Clytius, you pick up a very strong smell.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you a moment to kind of place it because you haven't had a lot of experience, but it smells like bear urine.
Huh.
Musky.
Get a lot of bears around here, Ragnar?
I have never been this far. There's plenty of stories of bears in our culture, but I don't know.
I smell bear piss.
Oh.
Well, up here, I'm sure the bears are very small and very timid.
So what you're saying is then they also piss in the woods too.
Right.
Can confirm.
Chris, I imagine the stories he's probably heard are of like really big bears, huh?
There are polar bears. You guys have encountered polar bears previously.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
And as you're kind of looking around, um, you see a couple of large bear prints in the snow.
How large are we talking?
Probably larger than normal.
Okay, big bear.
Yeah, big bear. That's what I'm getting.
Darkness.
Oh, double Caros.
Oh, there are two.
Double Caro missing a Ragnar.
Give me a sec here, and I'll.
Oh yeah.
We'll sprinkle the bears all over the field.
Oh, the name of this map is interesting.
Oh,
At
Ghost
least,
bears.
yeah, ghost bears.
oh dear.
I mean, at the end of the day, I blame the pigs, but that's just me.
But as you're watching, you, Clytius, you're looking at the bear prints. You're like, oh, that's big. And then you see another print just kind of materialize.
Oh,
And there's what there are.
Does ever get that feeling we're being watched?
had it for days. Trying not to let it bother me. My philosophy is enjoy the show.
Does seem to be a lot of work to just talk to a Bimria.
Well,
Well,
he is a ancient prophet slash diviner. Best of his. Best of his. What I'm
who's
looking for here.
Well, these types do somewhat like they're A, privacy, but B, challenges to the worthy to come see them.
Yes.
Yeah, they think they're pretty hot shit.
Well, I'm just saying that if the man can see the future, then he already knows that we're going to solve the problem.
I don't think that's how it works.
The thing
That's
about being a
just a thought.
diviner is he probably sees every outcome.
And as you guys are having this discussion, uh, you see Bally, poor Bally, because I rolled randomly and rolled a 5 twice.
No.
Something just slams into him and drives him to the ground, and then something else just like tears his torso open.
Oh man.
You see a spray of blood, and very very briefly, you see the outline of a large creature. 2 large creatures, actually.
So what you're saying is there's no saving him this time?
There is not.
Bush bear.
Oh,
I'm still curious as to what the print turned into, Chris.
It just materialized like if something that you couldn't see made another print.
Oh, okay.
Invisible bears, even better.
Yeah. Well, time to ask some bears some questions.
All right, you guys are up.
So the scene of the murder is over there.
Yep, right where Bally was. Dangerously close to Rory.
I will poke around in that area with my axe until I poke a bear, and then I will chop it.
You can make a difficulty 5 combat roll.
Okay. I'll spend one to get one.
So you swing around blindly, but you don't connect with any.
Okay.
hey, Chris, is there one of these spirit traps around?
Yes, there are some hanging from the trees.
Which one's close?
Here, give me a second. I will mark some. There you go. The circles. I know they're yellow, but if you can see them, those are the ghost traps.
I will attempt to use a small incendiary device to light the one that's right in front of me on fire.
Eh,
All right, go alchemy. I'm just going to use a small single individual. I figure it won't take much to burn these up. So yeah, that's what I will do. And difficulty 1 to hit.
Yep, difficulty 1.
It's in my area. And I will take that last momentum in the hope to generate more momentum.
Okay.
Oh, I'll reroll the 20.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Oh, that's twice.
So you toss the thing, and the tree catches. You can roll your damage.
Yep.
That's good damage. That's 5 damage.
Ooh. With
6 damage.
there's-
Oh, it is 6 damage.
yeah,
And
here,
then
3,
what
and
the
that's
effect? Yeah.
So that tree goes up. It burns significantly.
It turns out it was drier than shit.
And off in the distance, you see this bear kind of materialize and then slump to the ground.
Oh, lads, I think I know what we need to do. And we've got a really nice light source.
Right.
Kill the traps the best you can.
Right, you guys are still up.
Ragnar, how many people do you have in your entourage at the moment?
4.
You're full.
Yep, until we get a chance to settle down, then I might have more.
The Shield Maiden, Chris, is she Nemesis or toughened?
She is toughened.
I'm going to form a squad with her.
And she will not do so.
Okay, I'm going to shoot a trap.
She rejects your party invitation.
She'll stop rejecting me eventually.
She looks and says, like, I'm not fighting with any man.
She will not stop rejecting me. I'd like to correct that.
Also, a lot of her abilities trigger off from being in groups with other shield maidens.
Yeah, standard action. I'm going to try to shoot this trap. What's my range? What's the range on a bow?
What type of bow do you have? You have a longbow?
Grab Shemite. It seemed to be the right one. Because there wouldn't be a Bosonian or Bosnian bow there. Long distance. So long would be what? 1, 2.
Yep.
So I'll aim for this guy. I'm not going to give you any more doom. Giving you enough. We don't have any momentum. Just straight up roll, I guess. Hey. Target number's 9. That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, so solid hit. Roll your damage.
I can spend a momentum to reroll the blanks.
Yep.
There you go. That's not bad. It's piercing, just piercing. So piercing 3.
Yep. 5 damage is enough to shatter that one.
Oh shit, they're everywhere.
Yes, another bear materializes dangerously close to where you guys are.
I think we're always on to something.
I believe Ragnar is the only one left to go.
I'm trying to see where all the traps are
Do you have your archer with you?
there. All of us in the entourage do have bows. So I'm thinking a concentrated entourage fire of the bows. And we'll say, yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
Aim for something farther away.
Okay, further away. How about this one back here?
Perfect.
That way you don't have to worry about crossing the river.
Exactly.
Because Claudius can get that one.
All right.
I have a hunting bow, but I believe Berkey picked up a longbow.
Yep. So they are going to give you 2 success. Question: if the leader doesn't get any, then they all miss.
Dang.
So a hail of arrows goes.
It's been so long since I've fired this thing. Berkey, give me pointers again.
Well, you could start by aiming in the right tree.
Yeah, I like to think mine went loose and like maybe hit this tree.
Zing!
Ragdoll, what are you?
I tried to do that like weird thing, like that cool thing where like I whipped around, dropped to a knee, and fired. Like, and I just let it go way too soon.
This is the part in the movie where after the big miss, that all of a sudden, like the bear kind of just shows up and eats a party member. It's like, what happened to one of my retinue?
I like to think like one of the bears that's coming at me just stops, like looks at the tree, looks back at me, shakes its head, and just eats one of my party. Just eats one of my retinue.
Yeah. But I won't eat you yet. You're pathetic.
It's like I don't have to worry about you. It's like I'll eat one of the ones that can shoot.
Yeah, I'll eat you last. That's a solid damage. I mean, she's a little sexist, but
She just knows what she wants. Although
she thinks she knows what she wants.
I'm thinking about it now. Didn't she, originally in like the last combat, didn't she try to form up with my crew?
He did,
Yeah.
because you're an Asgardian.
Just racist. Okay.
So yeah, she basically runs forward and kind of like leaps up in the tree, brings her shield, and kind of like smashes it into the thing, and as it falls, brings her broadsword around and cleaves it.
If you're gonna be racist, you might as well be sexist too.
So here's my thought process. If one of my guys dies, I'm recruiting her.
Then she can teach them to be shield maidens.
Exactly. I do have another female in my entourage, so
Well, I don't know. She's playing hard to get. Maybe I might want to recruit her myself. Well, maybe you could just keep doing what you're doing. It's fine. I just make it a joke. Don't point that spear at me.
Yes, because
Here's
that's
the
worked
thing.
out well for you in the past.
Here's the thing, though, Caro. If I recruit her, it's technically you recruiting her. It's just under me.
Oh, there's jokes in there somewhere.
There's a real is, isn't there?
I personally wish there were more bears. Feel like I'd be in less danger than this conversation.
Karo, out of nowhere, something strikes you in the right leg for 5 damage.
Ooh. Let me check my armor. I don't think I have any on my right leg. I'll sacrifice the shield.
Okay.
Oh no, I have my bow,
You did have your bow.
and I don't have leg armor, so I'm taking 5. That's a
Sacrifice
wound.
a bow.
And that is also a knockdown.
For
Oh, that's not good.
one, I'll give you a doom to stay upright. But that is a wound for sure.
Ah, the rain is working.
And then it is also going to bite you.
Can I try to parry?
You can parry with your bow.
That'd be hard.
Maybe better than
I have to give you
dead.
more doom. No, I'm not doing that. You have lots of doom now.
The last forecast I saw said rolling thunderstorms for the rest of the evening.
There's a rolling thunderstorm going on right now. Oh God!
Ooh, that is 1,
Oof.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh.
11 damage to the right leg.
Sarah's going to need some more thoughts and prayers.
So I'm,
Straight. I don't have armor,
I'm gonna have
so
to
that's
stitch
2
that
more
fucking.
wounds.
So I'm gonna have to stitch that fucking thing back on.
So that one, I only got 1 success to hit if you want to parry that one.
Can I parry with a bow?
You can, it'll destroy the bow in the process.
Do it.
You know what? I'll just give you mine if you do.
I'll try.
Try,
Like
throw
you-
some momentum on it, whatever you need.
I got a fortune. I got a
Legging
fortune.
save could be your own.
I'll spend the fortune. Lose my bow.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
just so you know, Captain, body armor also comes in pants.
Well, see, you're supposed to be attacked, not me, right?
Oh, tell the bears.
I'm telling you, so you can tell the bear.
Oh, I don't speak bear.
So the first hit hits your leg, and you're like, oh shit, and then you get the bow down, like kind of right beside your leg, and another blow just shatters that bow, but redirects it enough so that it does not take your leg off.
Which it very much would have.
Oh, come on.
Maybe-
You would look good with
Maybe
a peg.
maybe if they were water bears.
Not much better.
Claudius.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Uh, Trying to find my bears that aren't dead.
Well, that's what happens when you make them invisible. You can't find them.
They became invisible to themselves.
Maybe
I'm
they're just-
so mad at that shield maiden right now.
Maybe, just maybe, they're moving so slowly we just can't see.
There's an interesting roll.
Huh.
So that one is going to hit Ragnar and crew.
Yeah.
So somebody in your group takes 6 damage and 3 knockdown.
Oof.
Savage
Not.
by late too.
Can I choose it to be not Berkey or my one Asgardian?
Yes.
Cool. I'll make it one of the Argosian ones that I picked up in Argos.
Hey,
Oh, this is no place for an Argosian to die.
No, but I didn't name the. I didn't really get to.
oh
name
my
them.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
So that is
Oh,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage with the bite. and piercing 5.
Freaking eaten.
But the complication is as like this bear like comes up out of nowhere, and like the claw drags one of you guys to the ground, and then it just dives like muzzle first into the into its innards. The blood spray makes it visible.
Lovely.
That's gonna kill like 3. Maybe 4 of them, depending on their armor.
I believe all of my guys have upgraded armor. By like 1 or 2, I forget. Did Rory get to actually upgrading their gear?
No, just all of the player characters, but I don't think any of the NPCs.
I think Berkey got upgraded gear
I think so.
because we had made him an officer.
Back around to you guys. Kuro, you know there's a bear around you someplace. And Ragnar, you definitely know there's a bear around you.
Oh yeah, I can see it now.
So what you're saying is I also have to make pants for the captain now.
Maybe. And to be fair, you're not actually seeing the bear, you're just seeing like this partially blood-crusted, transparent bear shape.
Yeah, but I know that it's right there now.
Yes.
Maybe.
I can go to there, right, Chris? It's one zone.
Yes, you can.
If I go through the zone nexus.
Yep.
All right. Can I get that one down?
Yep. Are you just attacking it or just pulling it down?
I'm pulling it down and like stabbing it apart with my knife.
Okay. Perfect. That you can do.
Stab.
You said it was made of like leather and bones and stuff, right?
Correct. It is actually difficulty 0 to hit with your
Yeah, I'll just tear it apart.
roll your damage for your knife.
I can re-roll the 3 planks. There we go. Stab.
Bear number 5.
Nope, he's dead.
He's dead. Bear number 7.
No, I spun the wheel and got the wrong one, Cap. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. This one is hittable right here.
That's not the one I'm worried about. There's one right on me.
Let's get back.
There's also an easy to hit target behind you.
Well, that's my action, and this one here by me is gone.
Yep.
Ragnar's going to say, Halkatla form up.
Okay.
Ooh, monsoon has arrived.
Just to pretty much replace the one I just lost.
Okay.
And then I'd like to go ape shit on this bear in front of me. Nobody kills my men but me. I haven't killed any of them yet, so.
Well, not like directly.
Oh.
You've killed lots of men.
Just not me specifically.
They will get 4 successes.
Lovely.
Woo!
So that is 5 momentum.
Fill the pool, the rest goes into damage.
Okay.
So that's what? 3 momentum?
Probably want to use one for your special power.
Oh yeah. That doesn't go right, did it?
Now, that was only 4 damage. You rolled more than that.
Yeah, I was supposed to say why. Oh shit! I rolled for my hunting bow. No,
That was bad
why
luck.
did that not go right? Roll more dice than that.
I don't know.
What do I do, Chris?
It didn't count your damage bonus, so that would be 3 more dice.
Here. Roll just
It's not like you've not.
sixes, right?
Yep. It's 7, 8, 9 damage.
Man, I should have got a new monitor a long time ago. This thing's sexy.
How many blanks am I re-rolling here? Do I get any more blanks? I don't know.
2.
Yeah, you would roll 2. Regardless, that is enough to drop the bear because your axe has intense, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Let me look.
Sure.
Yeah, intense and vicious.
So you cleave through that bear. Halkana will bring her shield down and practically decapitate it with her tower shield. Leaving us with Rory and Kara.
It's all you, Rory.
Well, I'll set the one on fire behind us.
Okay. As you go to move right there, there is something very solid right there that you can't see.
Bump.
Oops.
Push
and
it.
There's a growl.
Row Raggy.
Oh, fuck. Well,
Do you got a Scooby snack?
Oh, fuck. Well, lighting it on fire is probably a good idea because then everyone can see it.
Nice. Point blank fire casting.
I'm just saying, it's right there. It'll be a secondary light source. Maybe it'll even run around
It's kind of your go-to.
a little bit.
So look, I ran into a thing. Let's light it on fire.
Well, I mean, it's not only it's by you and by me, so
It's a tree, it's a bear, it's a small child. Doesn't matter. Light it on fire.
Just go save the potion bottle and dump it right on.
fair enough. Ha ha ha. All right. Just grab my table of potion.
Just don't use anything with area.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure which one is which.
Yeah, I'm in melee with it, so
So is Rory now.
Yeah, oh yeah, funny how that works. Splashback is not a thing I want to entertain.
I mean, on the plus side, when you bump into it, you realize that these things are, although they're invisible, they are solid.
Yeah. Like God, invisible bears. I mean, what book were you reading?
It's actually I'm adapting a module from the previous edition of Conan called Betrayer of Asgard.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay, so yes, I'll use my singleton. It's got incendiary 3 and spread 1.
All right.
I don't
Lots
bother
of
making the
momentum.
first ones because they're just, I mean, really 3 damage and it doesn't do much.
Yeah. Incendiary spread is super handy though.
Oh, very much. It burns different locations if you get it, and it stays lit and hot. It's sexy stuff. Alrighty, let's find some dice rolls.
We in Tony's game, one of our alchemists has discovered acidic powders from the Book of Scalos, which have incendiary and persistent.
It's gross.
Not to worry.
I'm probably going to pick up exploding ones at some point. All right, so I'm going to use the 3 momentum we have in the pool with hope of making more momentum. And I'm pretty sure that Caro doesn't want me to miss.
Hey, spend them if you get them.
D1?
Yep, at this range, definitely D1. Would be higher because it's invisible, but it's literally right there.
Wow.
That's a shitty bunch of rolls. I will think I will roll the 19, though.
Oh, that's spun on the 20.
Yeah, I know, and it would be consistent as of.
But that is a hit and generates some momentum.
I got a hit, yeah. And I'll roll my 4D.
Yep. Oh,
That seems interesting.
well, it's only 4 damage, but it's 4 damage to 4 separate locations. 5 separate locations, because when it hits, I'm doing 1 for each effect.
Spread, 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 spread.
So that's 20 damage total.
Something's burning. Turns out the bear was dry and flammable.
Yeah, apparently, yes.
All right, Captain, it's all yours.
Okay, Kuro is up.
Aim your bow at one of the long ones.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at that one.
Okay.
Although, actually, why don't you do the one that's on the top of the map?
That one there?
Yeah, that one up there. Because, I mean, it's a distance.
Oh, there's one up there. I see it. Yeah, I might as well shoot that one. Yep.
Everybody
Yeah,
should.
it's only one zone for you, but hard for anyone else to get to.
I'll spend a momentum because we have one. Range is not really my thing, but I might buy talents for it. Future.
Then we can.
That's a
There you
hit.
go.
Gain a momentum.
Yep.
Oh shit! My bow broke.
Oh, that's right, too.
I can't do that.
Right. Okay.
I'll say,
Get that happen.
as a minor action, you can pick up the bow from Ragnar's dead guy.
That's fair.
Good enough.
Okay, so damage.
Goo and all.
Gotta put the bow back on. Where is it? There it is. Okay, damage. That's not good. We have 1 momentum to play with.
Yep.
I'll re-roll those. 3.
Not quite enough to break it.
Yeah. It's piercing, if it matters.
Nope, they don't have any armor. They have 5 health.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
All right. Okada is in a squad, so she's done her thing. My bears. Who's that bear going to?
Bear where? Bear there.
That one is going to attack Ragnar and company.
Out of
I will
curiosity,
sacrifice my other Argosian if it gets there.
Out of curiosity, does if we kill the bear, does the spirit trap die too?
They do. So I think I've deleted most of them from the map.
There's 4 of them in the map, so I don't know how many bears you have left.
There are 2 bears left.
All right, and we have 2 targets.
Oh
Oh,
God!
gonna be 7 damage and a bunch of knockdown.
Take my other Ghostian.
Oh boy. See, this is what I said. Don't kill them directly, right?
That is gonna hit. That's gonna give him 2 extra momentum because the guy's knocked prone.
To be fair, this would have happened whether they were following me or someone else here.
True.
Ragnar, your squad is dead.
Oh, that's
Oh my
14,
God.
15, 16 damage to the other Argosian in the squad.
Ugh, eaten whole.
Hungry, hungry bears.
That is all of my bear.
The bear. Shoot him if you got him.
Back around to you guys.
Right.
Everyone knows where the 2 targets are.
I'm gonna go to there, and I'm gonna get that one and tear it apart.
As you move, I'm going to spend Doom for the bear to take a reaction.
Sure.
What is the reach on your weapon? Since you're actually you can't see it coming. Oh, ignore that. I meant to roll damage on it.
Okay.
6 damage to your left arm and 1 knockdown.
Give him Doom for the knockdown.
That was
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
You should get a reasonably good soak, though, shouldn't you?
No armor piercing, Chris.
The claws have knockdown, not armor piercing.
Okay. I will take 3 damage, and I will keep going.
Okay. Like, give me a Doom to keep going.
Yep.
What, do you want to roll your shield on that, too?
Shield. No.
Okay.
Alright, so you go running up. It will take your standard action because it's 2 zones you're going through. But you can spend the momentum if you want to attack that one in the tree.
Sure.
Again, with melee, it is difficulty 0. I will note, you can still roll if you want to generate momentum for your team at the risk of getting complications.
Okay.
Goes up by 1 for the second standard, though.
Not in this case, because
Okay.
it's an inanimate object, right? So
Yeah, makes sense.
Generate 3.
all right, roll your damage.
Oh, that's why I think we'll stop messing around. Axe it real good if we're swinging at it. Reroll the blanks.
Ooh.
That'll be 10 damage.
That's lots.
So Bear 1 is the one that just took a swing at Clytius, and Bear 2 is the one over fighting Ragnar.
This is terrifying.
Yeah, this is absolutely horrific.
I got him.
All right, I'll go next, Chris.
Okay.
I'm going to exploit. Basically, just take a bead on that particular target
Okay.
because it can potentially give me extra dice. I'm going to spend 3 momentum for a fortune. Should be observation, I believe.
Yes, it is.
That's just his
Just move
business.
3 back.
And then if you spend any of those 3 on this attack, it'll give you an extra damage die for each one.
A die and a d20, right?
Yep.
And piercing, but it doesn't matter. I'll spend all 3.
So you will need to spend 1 for the.
I'll spend 2.
So 2 extra d20s.
So I'll spend 2 for 2 extra d20s. It'd be a ranged attack. And that's,
Remember, you could spend a load for an extra d20 too if you wanted.
I don't think I need to do that. So spending 2, that'd be bonus d20, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Hits.
Hits and get you 1 momentum, and you would have 2 extra dice of damage.
So how do you put that in? Other?
I believe it goes under other.
So the 1 goes to a 3 from the exploit. We have a momentum. I'll spend that one. Oh, it's already damaged.
It's
So
already damaged, yeah.
Yep, we should be good.
And with that, the last of the bears slumps to the ground, and they start to fade away fairly quickly. They're not actual real bears.
Range could actually be a thing.
I think it's something you should work on.
But in Conan, it tends to go like, at first you make your character to be good at the thing you want to be good at. And then you pick up a couple of auxiliary things, and then you find what else could I possibly do? And you start to branch out a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like me doing about 4 things now?
Yep.
Alchemy, healing, counseling, and now sorcery.
And it's really handy too if they're all kind of based off of, the same skill that you've already got,
Mm-hmm.
like the same attribute.
Yeah, I've done the command persuasion society thing.
All right. So yes, the ghost bears.
Well, that could have been a lot worse.
Bears.
It seemed to, thankfully, Rory swinged really quickly to the fact that the ghost traps probably were the key. Otherwise, that would have been disastrous.
Horrific.
We're all right.
Aye.
I think maybe I'm bleeding out here.
Aye. I'll take care of it.
Could use some help.
Let me bind that leg up for you. At least it's still lit.
Bring the rum.
Ragnar's gonna start gathering up the dead.
And when you look at these things, they're just savage. Like you've seen polar bear attacks before.
Hmm.
But these things were much, much stronger than a normal bear would have been.
Oh, dokie. So I'm going to use a second load out of the medicine bag. I think there's what, 3 altogether?
3 altogether.
Yeah, so I will turn that into 2 extra dice. And I will use our 1 momentum. I need to stitch the captain back together.
This whole nonsense of going through this just gauntlet to go talk to a fellow that's going to tell us how to help. I'm Rory. Right now your culture. Ow!
Shh! I think, careful, you don't want to strain yourself, and I do not want you to have a fever or anything like that. So just be quiet. Just let me work.
Captain, all I'll deposit to you is, what if this was Argos?
Well, no, right now there's no ghost bears in Argos.
So
Here you go, Captain. Better have another drink. Don't want to get an infection.
Happily drink.
nobody wants that.
All right, so 6 successes. I gain 5. So I believe that's what, 3 resolve, and then I can spend more for. Sorry, 3 fortitude and spend more for extra healing.
Yeah, it's enough to treat his leg. I mean, it's still wounded, but it's enough to treat it and to recover all of his vigor,
Such as it is.
Like, yeah,
such as it is.
So yeah, so that'll leave us with what, 3 momentum left over.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And Carol will continue to curse and complain through this entire procedure. Probably
Great.
chewing on a stick.
Yeah.
And drinking
Probably,
as
yeah.
much as he can.
Yeah, I mean, Clytius takes the bottle from you when you stop to have a breath, and then he passes it back.
I'll instruct Ragnar to go find a nice stick for the use of as a crutch or a cane.
I'll just nod at Berkey and say, go find that. I'm going to continue taking care of our dead.
See if Tebian were still here, like he could like fashion a walker for you.
Well, no. Well, Tabian's not here, is he? If he was here, then, well, I don't know where he is.
I could do it as well. Just don't worry about that. If you truly need the help in your incapacitated state.
I am not incapacitated. I am merely wounded, thanks to your ministrations, and I appreciate that, Rory. And I just,
Very much, Captain. I appreciate that.
I do want to say one more time, and I know this may sound like I've been saying this a bunch, but Ragnar, your country is terrible. Why are we here? I know why we're here. Sorry. I just I miss my ship, and my leg hurts, and I think Claudius took my bottle away. So
I give it back.
When he complains about it, I press into the wound just a little bit. Just
no.
I just needed a sip. I got a wound too. Look, my arm scratched.
Oh, that's tough.
Shut up, Claudius.
Wouldn't want to get infection.
Right. So the first time we get to a civilized land, then we're gonna have to get you some proper pants.
Well, I have proper pants. Well, I did have proper pants, but
I will take a long moment and ponder the last time we were somewhere civilized.
Carol will too. Oh well.
Tortage doesn't count.
Might take a while.
I think we were accidentally in what is it? Miss
Miss Antia?
Miss Auntie, yeah. At one point.
Yeah, that was probably the last civilized place you were. So you get the captain patched up and pick up and carry on, and as you move through the forest starts to thin out. And you see a small hovel, a heavy blanket hanging across the entrance, small fire burning outside, rack of meat kind of hanging above it, kind of very slowly cooking. There's like baskets and sacks and clay pots and jugs and just all manner of junk kind of like strewn about near the entrance.
Signs of habitation.
And you see a very old gentleman, like immeasurably old, but still moving very spryly, exits the entrance to this little hovel, dressed in a very heavy mantle with fur. He's got like a pair of horns that he's wearing, like a crown. He kind of sniffs the air in a almost like animalistic way. Then he kind of looks over and he's visitors. And that's where we will end today's game.
All right.
All right.
You have made your way to Mimir,
Hey, we're not dead.
safe and relatively sound.
I don't know. I mean, we spent a lot of fortune, which comes back next game, but we have at least one wound.
A lot of fortune. Saving making the difficulty 3 check against the ice nymph. Otherwise, that was a ton of trauma.
Yeah. Minor trauma only, please.
So yeah, some clutch rolls at the important moments. A bunch of fortune, a bunch of doom. I mean, I was down to 6 at one point.
Yes, and someone kept giving you it.
All right, but we will see everybody.
Resource, right? You can give doom, right? Like
I
you,
know
you
everyone
can if you're careful.
Just
I certainly used it to well effect today. Well, I'm going to break initiative.
I gotta read up on more ways to spend doom in my Conan game.
Yeah, there's a really good section on doom spending in the rule book. Hazards are always good.
Split the party's really big.
Splitting the party is great. And remember as well that it works as your momentum, right? So even things like disarming somebody or
Breaking guard or
breaking guard.
Yeah, breaking guard's good.
Yeah, it's a very, once you get the hang of it. Like I was reading, there's a forum post and somebody was talking about how they don't use Doom. I was like, then the fights, if you don't use Doom, fights are very one-sided.
Yeah. There's a Johnny One Thing in my Monday game that realized he's absolute shit at parry. So getting his guard back once he doesn't have it anymore is not good for him.
That's why you kill the guy and then you're like, okay, I get my parry back or my guard back for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Just got to keep piling more minions around him.
But yes, we will